Hello, how are you?
Amazing. How are you? I love your background, the BB-8. You
Thank you.
have the Grogu back there. Yes, thank you very much. As you can see, I got Lando right
I
there.
do. I
So
see.
we're
I
already,
see Billy D. It was like
yeah,
they're
see,
new.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
To start, so you're new to Night Court in season two, but it's always exciting.
Mhm.
Whenever I talk to someone who's on this show, I ask them this same question, which is, what was your relationship like with Night Court prior to joining? Like, were you a fan of the show? Because I watched it a lot on Nick at Night when I was a kid, and so it's
Yeah.
interesting to hear how people's reactions kind of vary.
Well, twofold. For me, I was a fan of the show as a kid, but I was a fan, I believe, from when Marsha Warfield started.
Mhm.
um, as I didn't know that there were other bailiffs before Marshall Warfield. The way I got to Marshall Warfield was that I was a big fan of Police Academy. So then, um, and then I saw a show where there was a character that reminded me of Police Academy. So then I was like watching and was just enamored with Marshall Warfield. Then recently, I say twofold, I watched the entire series, right before shooting this. I watched all 9 seasons. And, a lot of nostalgia for me. It was incredible to sort of relive a lot of episodes that I loved and also be introduced to characters I didn't know existed, the Florence Hallops of the world, the Selma Diamonds. It was great. And then to see the set was incredible. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I really feel the nostalgia, the lore of Night Court through and through my being.
When I was going to ask you, and because you brought up the sets, and I know they're recreations from like the actual blueprints. How is that like as an actor to know, like, okay, these sets alone are going to make people think a certain way, and so when I approach my character, I have to make sure he fits into kind of this grand scheme of characters and vibes that have happened for 9 seasons now into season two of this new show.
Yeah. For me, again, because what helped a lot was, watching all 9 seasons and then watching the first season of our show. And uh, part of my part of my work and part of my inspiration, Charlie Robinson is a big part of that for me. And
Mhm.
so there's some moments where I'll read something, I'll say, you know what, that's a Charlie Robinson moment. That's a Mac Robinson moment. So I'm gonna add a little Mac to that. Certainly Wyatt's his own guy, but there's sometimes I'll give a little nod to Charlie Robinson, for myself, and then for John, because then John Larroquette, which the biggest honor was hearing him saying. That Charles Robinson would be proud. So, so yeah, that made me feel really good because I want to make sure I honor those that were on the original show, and then of course, hopefully, bring not only the nostalgia of the show before, but bring something new that the fans could love and appreciate now.
Yeah, and how was that for you? Kind of like, I love John Larroquette. I met him one time and he thought I was crazy because I was this young girl who was like, I love Night Court. And he was like, why do you know what that is? But it was,
Mm,
it's very fun to watch him back in this vibe and really understand, like, because a lot of these characters have to have this rhythm back and forth with each other in all of these scenes. How is
yeah.
it like working with your fellow actors on this show to bring that rhythm to life and get that back and forth that we love so much with these characters?
Yeah, for me, and I told John this. I said, as we're trying to figure out who this guy is, when I first started, I was like, I'm just listening to the music and how everyone plays because that's how I am. That's why I have a piano in here. Yeah, can't play. Don't know how to play at all. Don't know how to play. It's just there. Um, maybe I'll know just by staring. So I keep staring. I'll be a Beethoven in 2 weeks. But that's how I feel. I feel like when I listen to comedy, I hear the music of comedy. I hear the music, and I told him I'm trying to find like what it is. And for me, Wyatt the music that inspires me to play because we're in New York, you know, so I listen to a lot of like 80s, 90s New York hip hop, um, and then um, I listen to a lot of blues, and then on my way to work, back and forth, I listen to a lot of R&B, but like old, not R&B, Motown, so old school Motown. So then I mix that all up, boom, bow, and give them Wyatt, and that's Wyatt. And but then that's because I think each one of us we're all playing an instrument, and we want to find okay, what instrument is that person playing? Okay, I'll come in with you know, a little trumpet here. Okay, I see that what you got a flute going over there, so let me give you a little clarinet. You know, oh, this scene needs a little tuba. You know, and it's like, what instrument are you playing in this band, this merry band that we are as a night court?
Yeah, I love it so much. Thank you so much for talking with me. I'm so happy that Night Court is back. It makes me very happy, and I hope everyone continues to love it.
Yeah, no, thank you, Rachel. Yeah, you were great. I love the Fleetwood Mac shirt.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my room shirt.
Yes, yes, yes. Love it. Again, music. See?
I can play the thing behind you though, so I was like, that I can play.
Oh man, but that's why I had it here because I was like, maybe Rachel will play it, but then I was like, oh, this is a Zoom, so there's no way she can play it. Uh, hey,
Thank you for talking with me. I really appreciate
I
it.
appreciate you too.